Hey YouTube, back with another video today guys, and today it was an interesting day in the market, huh? We had quite a bit of a slump going on, and that's what happens when there's a lot of fear going on in the market. A lot of people are concerned, is war brewing, is a trade war brewing, anything with war in it, then you're going to end up with a situation where the market's going to take quite a bit of a drop. If we went to war, then the market would take a massive drop because people don't like war. War is bad because it's bad for business, unless you're like in the military or if you've got some kind of stocks that are based towards militaristic business, like something like Lockheed. But a lot of people are a little worried about that kind of stuff, so the market is going to take a little bit of a fall during those kind of times. I think the biggest thing is for people to be patient and think about the long-term aspects of what companies can produce over a long period of time. Typically, when you're investing, a lot of people have the strategic ability to buy things when they're at all-time highs or potential even higher highs. Now, there could be a lot of growth in these kind of companies, and a lot of money being thrown at them can get them to grow even faster. Amazon was a perfect example of how that could happen, and now it's really grown to crazy amounts of growth, and it controls so much. Netflix is kind of like that same kind of scenario. We didn't really see that coming, or some people didn't really see that coming, and I just started investing recently, not all that long ago, and I could tell you from experience that it amazes me how a company that was just kind of doing this slightly different thing could really change the whole market as a whole. How Netflix kind of took out Blockbuster and stores, the rental stores that have been around for so long. It was a completely different concept of renting movies that would like come in the mail and you'd watch them, and then they changed it to a streaming service, and that really changed the game up. And everyone's going to a streaming service. Cable, I think, is eventually going to die down or die off, and we're just entering this interesting kind of I want the entertainment now, and I don't want to have to store all these DVDs. I don't want to store all these like Blu-rays. A lot of people don't like to do those kind of things, but today was an exciting day for me because today was the first time that I have ever managed to save $5,000 or invest $5,000. So I'll show you that here pretty soon. That was pretty cool. I managed to finally break five grand, and this was in a 6 months period. So, and this is just me changing my lifestyle. This is me growing as an adult, thinking about what I can do with my life and changing my mindset, because it didn't come very easily to me. I used to drink a lot. I used to spend a lot of time not being very productive of what I was going to do with my life and my time. And as time went on, I started to realize that, here I am almost 30 years old, and I haven't really accomplished a whole lot. I've got a nice new car. It's almost paid off. I'm almost getting my student loans paid off, but I was like, why haven't they been paid off sooner? I've been paying on these things for a really long time. And then I started to do more research on it, and I found out about interest rates, and that every month I was accruing a lot of interest from my student loans, and if I would have been paying more towards the principal of the student loans, then I could have had my student loans paid off earlier. And a lot of people, I think, are unaware. They just start trying to pay back their bills quickly or not quickly, or they just kind of pay the minimum payments, which is similar to credit cards, and then they get absolutely destroyed. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Today was an exciting day for me because I finally broke 5,000. That's a pretty happy thing for me. I've never had that amount of money at any given time. I've only had, I think, a maximum of $1,000 in my bank account, and then I'd buy something like I don't know, a big screen TV or something like that, but I've never managed to save or invest that kind of amount. And I actually have a little bit more than that because I have cash sitting on side too, so that when the market, if it ever takes a correction, I can buy more shares of my favorite stocks. But these are just what is based in my portfolio. That I just kind of throw in every month. You know, I put a little bit more money into my account. Maybe I see something when stocks take a really big dip, and like they had those big fall down swings. I bought some shares during that time, but I also kept some money on the side too, because I think it's very important to keep your money sitting on the side. So far this year, I haven't been doing really good. I think I've managed to only do like a 4% return. Plus, with dividends, it would probably close to be almost 5%. I guess that's pretty good with all the choppiness that we're getting in the market right now. But we'll see how the end of the year pans out and where the direction of stocks are going here very shortly with earnings coming up. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that today. It was a really exciting thing for me. All right, as you can see, here's the 5,000 that I hit. These are some of the stocks that I own. Some of the stocks that I would like to buy. Some of these are here, and some of these stocks I would not like to touch at all. It's really interesting to see this kind of like new webpage kind of deal, and you know what was interesting about this. But yeah, so I had quite a nice little run up today just because I've got you know, a little bit of holdings in a very specific stock, as you can see probably over here in the right hand corner. It's kind of like my, I guess you could say, hedge against any kind of stock market movement. And in my general knowledge of, you know, when people have a tendency to be fearful in the market, they have a tendency to also have gold and silver rise up. And another hedge against that is kind of like mining stocks. So that's what Yamana is over there in the middle, and why I have so many shares of it. Is mostly because I saw quite a bit of a dip in the stock a little while ago, and the company as a whole, I think, is doing a lot better year over year. They're becoming, you know, closer and closer to profitability, and they have a new, you know, mine that they're working on that's going to be very massive, and I think will be quite productive, especially for silver, which I also believe could be having a breakout. But we'll see if that happens. It's just something that I've been eyeballing for a little while. As you all may know, the US dollar is inherently worth nothing, but so is all kind of fiat-based currencies, which is kind of like a cryptocurrency. Actually, it is a cryptocurrency. So I like having a little bit of mining stocks just because a lot of people haven't been focusing on any kind of mining for some time. But I own a lot of different shares of a lot of different companies that I'm interested in. And yeah, one of my favorite ones I think is actually Disney. I bought that I think at 98 and 99. Just because I think it's a really good company. It has a forward PE of 13, and I think you're going to see quite a bit of growth coming out of the company here in the next few years, just because of the entertainment purposes, and streaming you know, is going to be really big for the company as well, because I think they have quite a big play in streaming. And if Netflix is priced where it is, I just don't see that Disney shouldn't be priced a little bit higher as well. It just doesn't make sense to me in the market. As you also know, they have quite a few Marvel's movies coming out this year, which could also push up the stock. So that's what I just wanted to show you guys today, that I am like spending my own money, and I have finally managed to accumulate this amount of money over what I think is a relatively short amount of time. It was 6 months. And that was a really proud thing for me. I had done it just by working. I have not done any sort of passive income whatsoever. So this is kind of why I created my YouTube channel, so that maybe in years to come I might build myself my own passive income. But I just wanted to show you guys that what I'm doing is all real, and I'm, you know, a legitimate person. Like if you like this video, dislike if you dislike the video, and if you really like the video, guys, please subscribe. It really helps out my channel. I'm growing, just brand new, and thank you very much, and have a great week. See you tomorrow.